Hi there, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I know we've had a bit of a break, but we were just spending that time putting Martin down for his love of combat sports, blah, blah, blah. Who doesn't love combat sports? I don't know, us?
Yeah, us.
Us.
You'll never find a better example of a fight in a cage than at WrestleMania 28. I said what I said.
Apollo Crews could batter anyone in that cage.
Maybe he's a tribal king now, isn't he? Goes in there with his spear.
Yeah, the man's got a spear.
And guns, but we'll get to
that. It's goons. So yeah, we took a little bit of a break, and I'm sure you've already heard, but I'd like to reintroduce you to my co-host Blair.
Yes, it's good to be back. Don't adjust your screens. My face is this fat without a beard. It's not a technical error. It is actually that fat.
You should see his Twitter picture. He does look like a baby with tattoos.
I look sort of like Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now, which isn't as good as you'd think, because Marlon Brando was supposed to be a heartthrob, wasn't he? But I look like him sort of at the end when he's out of shape and fat and nearly dead.
He just doesn't care anymore.
He just doesn't care, right? So I look a bit like Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now.
He's reading his lines as the shot's going on.
It's still the best film ever made, though.
I love that. I saw something, I think it was from like the Superman film, and like whatever his name is, Christopher Reeves, talking about him. And he's like, oh, he was awful. He was just awful. Because there's like this scene at the start where he's like on Krypton and he's sending Superman away, and like he's looking at Superman as a baby, but like you can clearly see his eyes going like that, reading his lines.
I did. He just did the get a fuck towards the end, did he?
No,
he's still like the most famous actor of all time, or one of them.
I know.
So,
what works.
It worked. So fair play.
So yeah, we're here to talk about the wrestling. We've dropped AEW and NXT because they are both awful.
Well, a little bit of AEW talk though, as we speculate on who the next mystery next mystery signing could be that the Big Show teased, saving his best heel turn for the very end. Man will not be able to lie on his back at night to sleep with that knife wedged in between his shoulder blades, will he? Never saw that coming.
I know. The man had a Netflix show and everything.
If it's Kane or the Undertaker that go, McMahon will die like a heart attack, a raging just heart attack.
Like a brain aneurysm.
That'll be what kills him. The Undertaker goes to AEW.
Oh God! Have you seen some of the Undertaker's cameos?
No.
Well, there's this cameo app where you can get people like celebrities to say something for you, like a message or whatever. But he did 100, and he charged $1,000 per video.
Jesus.
So the man made some cash. And in one of them, it just goes in his Undertaker voice, then gruff and low, all elite Scooby-Doo.
Oh man, if I was going to drop £1,000 to make the Undertaker say anything, it'd be to have him costing a cunt. Imagine that. That'd be brilliant.
In the Undertaker voice, obviously.
Can't.
Rest in peace. You can.
You can. That'd be brilliant. That'd be really funny.
Oh, that would be great. So yeah, we'll go through Raw to begin with because it's only natural.
It's the starting show of the week. And the flagship show of World Wrestling Entertainment. It's also terrible and 3 hours long. But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. So yeah, what did we start off with? We started off with McIntyre, Sheamus.
Before I comment on that, in my notes I've wrote down here under Raw, Devil Orton. Which taken out of context would be a bit strange, wouldn't it? Just
a little
Devil
bit.
Orton. What does that mean?
Just watching himself on the telly be different.
While cackling like Satan. Oh, it's absurd, but I kind of liked it. But anyway, McIntyre and Sheamus. When that's the first full episode of Monday Night Raw I've watched in about 5 years, because normally I just watch the highlights. I thought, since I'm going back to the show, I'll watch the entire thing and we'll do it properly. When I was sitting there with my wee bowl of cereal waiting on it to come on, and they announced that the opening segment would be like McIntyre and Sheamus, I was quite excited because I love McIntyre and Sheamus. And then the Miz came out and started talking, and it lasted about 15 minutes longer than it fucking should have.
And the excitement just came out the room.
It did. As soon as that Sam, you know that way when some wrestler you just hate, their music hits and immediately your soul sort of just leaves your body. Miz is that way. The Miz and Charlotte, whenever I hear their music, I just go, like my shoulders come down.
Yeah, it's deflating.
I had to watch them talk for way too long.
But it was a good match, though.
It was a good match. That's why I like them. They work a certain snug style.
It was a hard hit.
Me enjoys.
Yeah, it was long enough to tell a good story, but it was also not too long that it became boring.
Aye. What do you think they'll go with it? Do you think they two will have a match at WrestleMania? Or is McIntyre somehow getting back into the title picture?
See, I don't know, because like what's next? It's not Mania, it's Fastlane. So I don't know.
Favorite pay-per-view.
Everyone's shouldn't be there. But like if McIntyre somehow gets in the title picture, it's probably going to be there for Mania, which I'd like. Bobby Lashley, McIntyre, and someone
According to Twitter, it'll be Brock Lesnar.
It might no.
I don't think it will be.
I don't think it will be.
I
don't think my man has the P for it.
No, we'll cover that in a minute. I know. Wait, I think probably the McIntyre gets a title shot at Fastlane, and Sheamus will come up and bro kick his fucking teeth in and cost him the match. Then they'll have a match at WrestleMania, which I would like, actually, if they do get
I'd quite like that.
Like a 15-20 minutes at WrestleMania, that'd be awesome. To open the show, maybe. That'd be cool. I'd like that.
That would be really cool. I'd enjoy that.
I would enjoy that.
Yeah. And to go from quite a good match to a meh, 5 out of 10, right in the middle, is probably the Nia Jax thing.
I know. It's such a shame, isn't it? You get all riled up when Naomi comes out because she's the opposite of them. Is you don't deflate. You're like, oh, yay, Naomi, because she's awesome. I think Naomi's really cool, and then Lana's there, and right, fine. But you're just happy that Naomi's there, and then she gets battered by Nia Jax and squashed. Like,
ridiculously battered. Like she's only just back, Naomi.
She's only just come back, aye.
What, the Rumble?
She come back at the Rumble.
And to throw her in with Nia Jax, who is like a constant
momentum
injury maker.
And an injury maker, yeah.
And it's just like, why? Why would you do that?
Because they're trying to make Nia look strong. I don't know why. Could have been anybody but Naomi. I suppose she's been shoehorned in there because of that long-standing rivalry between Nia and Shayna and Lana, where she goes through tables all the time and screams about her asshole. Thankfully, we were spared only such visual, words that would create horror visuals.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Like, I'd taken a break. I was having a Kit Kat. It was fine.
I listened to Jim Cornette criticise it. That was all I needed to know. It's a shame, though, because Naomi, she's just come back. Big return. Everybody was happy. Well, I assume everybody was happy. They're in the Thunderdome. They've got edited in reactions and crowd noises, so I don't know if everybody was happy. I was happy. You were happy. Can I assume the people at home watching the Rumble were happy, but no, she's just been battered and made to look like a fool.
Yeah.
Inside of 3 minutes or however long it took. It's stupid.
Wasn't great.
No.
Then we moved on to, what was it? It was Braun and what's the little guy's name?
Adam
Pierce.
Something. Adam Pierce. The wee
Pierce.
GM guy.
He took on the Hurt Business.
I thought that was good. Again, WWE's talking segments always last way too bloody long. So they're always really drawn out and so heavily scripted it makes you go, ugh.
Yeah.
But and Shane McMahon fumbles his lines quite a bit because he was in there cutting a promo about authority or something. I don't remember exactly what he said and he kept stumbling. But the actual match was kind of fun because the Hurt Business are awesome, and obviously you didn't want them to lose the titles. But Braun just battles the two of them for the bulk of the match. And then at Shane McMahon's behest, he tags in Adam Pearce for the victory. And then immediately Pearce gets the roll up in his pin. And there's this excellent shot as the Hurt Business are running away with their titles. Just Braun looking furious, staring at Adam Pearce. I actually laughed out loud when I saw that. It was quite funny.
Yeah, that's great.
Quite a funny match.
But yeah, it was good. But like, it makes you wonder, like, what's happening with Braun?
Oh, Braun and Shane at WrestleMania, I would think.
Yeah. But like, can Shane not? Can he just like a Mania off?
Oh no, I like Shane.
I like Shane, but like
they've got to get Braun in the card somewhere, didn't they? And he's not going to be in the title picture. So
he could win the tag titles with a child again.
Oh God, I know. No, none of that. And I mean, he beat Goldberg at WrestleMania last year, didn't he? For the title.
Ooh,
I'm sure he beat Goldberg. It's Goldberg beat the Fiend, and then I think Braun beat Goldberg for the title at Mania. But regardless, Braun and Shane is one of them sorts of like marquee matches that they love to have at WrestleMania. Not so much for Braun, but for Shane. Shane is like names we can all look back nostalgically, and they usually get the marquee matches.
It'll be like a Last Man Standing or something.
Oh, probably one of them. Shane will jump off the ropes, coast to coast, all that nice stuff, and hopefully Braun gets the win. It's a big win, isn't it? Big stage, big match. Shane's popular. It could be a worse position for him.
They could. He couldn't be on it at all.
I like Braun.
I like Braun.
So if they get, and I like Shane too. I've always liked Shane McMahon. So I would be all right with it. If they've not got anything better for Braun, then he's always getting a nice suit in the trainers, which is a bit weird, but fine. Ideally, Braun would be in a better position, but he's no, so it is. But a match with Shane, which he should win, wouldn't be that bad. But then remember that Shane is the best wrestler in the world, obviously.
Oh yeah,
he won that cup thing in Saudi Arabia. So maybe Braun doesn't.
Yeah, no funny business.
No, maybe Shane will win. When you look at it in their terms, Braun getting a WrestleMania match with the best wrestler in the world is quite a high honour.
Yeah, so, he's the main event. Braun Shane.
Braun, there's been worse main events.
There has. It does make go on to some of the. Yeah. Well, if the main event at WrestleMania is Randy Orton versus that Soldier Boy, I'd be quite happy.
Aye. If Orton punts his wee ratty, he'd clean off his
he could just kill him.
He could just kill him.
Like,
I forgot Soldier Boy even existed.
I thought he just went away after 2008.
I hated that.
7 or whatever.
Stupid wee dance everybody did. I hated that.
Because like, he wanted to fight Randy Orton and Triple H. Randy bit on the line.
He did.
And he chose violence.
And so did you. You bit and it got you completely. Immediately after that was like trending on Twitter. You came into your group chat with just photos of Randy Orton and Triple H with their shirts off. Like, he really wants to fight. Look at all this beef. He'll never fight then.
Look at the meat. Look at it.
Got all that beef. Soldier Boy got you.
He did.
He got better than just Randy Orton. Yeah, he's got to be going against the Fiend, isn't he? Randy Orton. Sure.
Yeah. It looks that way anyway with his goo.
He's been
black goo.
What is that? Puking up blood meant to be, or some other sort of viscous bodily fluid that shouldn't be there?
Yeah, it looks that way. But like, it's just coming out of nowhere, so it's like the Fiend doing it. Is he like Swamp Thing or whatever?
He's somewhere off camera, burnt to a crisp, just getting it like Force lightning hands.
Everyone seemed to forgot that this man is dead.
He's supposed to be dead. He get burnt alive.
He's been burnt alive. In the middle of a wrestling ring.
God help me, right? I actually quite enjoyed that. For my sins, I thought that was quite good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't normally like the hokey, goofy shit, but I mean, sometimes I do, because my two favourite wrestlers, The Undertaker and Kane. So obviously, I do quite like
shooting lightning,
setting cameramen on fire and all that good stuff. Undertaker's come back for the deed how many times? He's busting Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
death by wrestling match.
it happens. But I thought the 13-year-old child in me that loves explosions thought that the Fiend being burnt to death was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually still quite like the stupid feud, even though it's completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's went so beyond the pale of ridiculousness that the devil has seemingly summoned a conduit, a doppelganger, a Randy Orton to speak through. It's either the devil or the Fiend who has devil powers now. I don't know. What's the scope of his supernatural ability? We've never really found it. Because like when they revealed that Kane had powers, they've revealed them slowly, bit by bit, like he could go and set people on fire and all that kind of stuff. But to begin with, the Fiend was just a psycho in a mask, but now he's got power.
Uh-huh.
We don't know the scope and capability of the man's powers. We don't know the full extent of his supernatural arsenal.
No, yeah, like maybe the fact that he's dead now, maybe that's how he's got his powers, because before he would just no-sell everything and
He would just
appear.
no-sell everything. It was just a lunatic in a mask. But no, you might be right. He's been burnt alive. He's been killed. And because he's obviously evil, he's been sent to hell. And the devil will have taken a liking to him, I guess, and endowed him with power. That's the story that we're seeing unfolded.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Maybe we could get remember that time McMahon wrestled God? He wrestled Shawn Michaels and God with the light. Maybe,
with the light coming down.
With the spotlight. Trying to dance with God. It was horrendous. Maybe that's what we'll get at WrestleMania.
That's so blasphemous, man.
Bray Wyatt with the devil in his corner, as told through a crimson flashlight instead of a bright white one. I don't know. Yeah.
No, yeah, that would be interesting to see where that goes.
Aye, it is. It's interesting and scary because this is the sort of thing that make people not like Bray Wyatt. Because Bray Wyatt's got some detractors, and as you know, he's my favourite current guy. But a lot of people don't like him because of the goofy shit that he does, which is hard.
Yeah, which I could get, but like, nah, it's just a bit of fun, I guess.
Aye, it's good. He's supposed to be your generation's Undertaker.
Yeah, which the best gimmick of all time, the Undertaker.
Yeah,
but like, Bray's only died once.
It's either the Undertaker or Tugboat, and let's be honest.
And the Repo Man.
You know what's the saddest thing about the Repo Man is he used to be in Demolition. He was one half of Demolition, then he come back as the call thief. Just sad. Demolition were awesome.
There's a lot of that though.
Binman.
Job. The bin man.
The tax man.
Isaac Yankem, the evil dentist.
Earthquake. Although that's not so much an occupation as a natural hazard, is it?
The Goon.
The Goon.
The Goon.
About a month or two ago, I was watching that gimmick battle royal for WrestleMania 17. No X17. I hate that. 17. And when the Goon came out, I forgot about the Goon and popped. I was like, the Goon.
I watched it not long ago, maybe in like the past 6 months or whatever, and I'd forgotten that Cornette was in it.
Aye.
Just comes out with his dance record.
We're very much members of the cult of Cornette.
I don't know what the hand sign is for it.
No, we need to learn that. It's probably that. I hate you and I hope you fucking die.
And the overall theme for this show was The Miz and Lashley, because that counter, that timer thing from like the beginning, it was like 2 or 3 times it happened.
It was tricks to get people to stay to the end of the show because the mid-card ratings are so fucking bad. It's a gimmick. Like, oh, you hate The Miz? Well, tune in now and you'll see him get battered by the huge scary guy.
Oh, I've got IBS.
Which is a fair reaction. I would shit myself if Bobby Lashley was chasing me too. Good
on him. He still went out at the end of the night with IBS.
The most annoying thing about the stop starts and the stop starts is the fact that they had kept doing their entrances every time. The Miz always came out and gave it like that, but Lashley came out onto the turnbuckle and gave it this every time. That was kind of daft.
Like, for their first match, I don't hate that he just grabbed the title and ran away, but why he didn't run to his hotel room, I've got no idea.
You should have left the building.
Why he stayed there? won that.
I could have done with it on the stops that build up, but in the end, we finally got it, and Bobby Lashley beat the ever loving shit out of the Miz, which was awesome.
Oh, right.
And
It
won the
felt like
championship.
bullying.
It did, didn't it? Which is how a fight between them would go.
But even then, like he was getting bullied from Shane. He was like, "Oh yeah, well he ran away. It's not like people have done it in the past. Just take the title and ran away." And he was like, "No, well, I don't like the Miz, so if he doesn't turn up for the main event, he's going to get stripped of the title."
Well, they have got history, didn't they? Shane and Miz, with a god awful angle a few years ago. The Miz's dad.
And the Lumberjacks. I've not seen a Lumberjack match in a while.
No, they're always so poorly booked, though, isn't it? Because it's always like a mix of faces and baby faces and heels, and for some reason they don't interact with one another, which I always find quite strange. Like Retribution were out there who have been tormenting everybody sort of for the last wee while, and they were just like, "Oh no, we're just here, don't mind us."
Yeah, please forget we were ninjas.
Fucking Mortal Kombat rejects, man. Less said about them, the better. But, so I'm all for a Bobby Lashley title run. Bobby Lashley's great. He's doing the best work of his career. The Hurt Business are awesome, and MVP is cool.
I like MVP.
He's just cool. He's got the cool suits. He's got the cool gravelly voice. He's articulate. He speaks well. He's great in the mic. Awesome. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Nice
I even liked his when he first came in, like 06 or whatever.
Aye, he was great back then. Yeah, I thought he was really good.
What is it? It's like Montavious Porter.
Aye.
MVP, and he's not giving it all out.
Aye, basketball hoops, and he's the highest paid athlete in SmackDown history. That was the kept saying.
Yeah.
Which obviously wasn't true, but it was the gimmick that I
Oh, it was wholly untrue. The Undertaker was on that show.
I know. The Undertaker was on SmackDown. But it's awesome. I'm off. I hope they keep the title on him. Even if it's against Drew, if for whatever reason the match at Mania is Drew and Lashley. I know we're supposed to stick by Drew because we're off at the same tune. But air on the mat. And I love Drew, he's up there, but I want Lashley to walk into Mania as champion and walk back out. Just trying to have a nice long run. Just passion people.
Yeah.
That's what the company needs.
Can't remember the last time, and it might have been last year, I can't remember. But like, when was the last time there was a main title defense at Mania? Because Vince likes people to be happy at Mania, so like
when somebody last retained, that's a good question. Last year, Goldberg and Brock, we went into WrestleMania 2020 with your champions as Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, and they both lost. What was the year before that? 19. Oh, who was the main event then? God damn, my memory's terrible. I feel like that was Seth Rollins.
We can remember the Goon.
The Goon was cool, though. Man was a hockey thug. That's fucking.
He had his pads.
He had the pads, he had the long permy hair, the big stick. Awesome.
I had a hockey stick.
Which you never used. If I went into that gimmick battle royal with a hockey stick, I'd have been beating the shit out of everybody with swiking at Kamala's knees. But no, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Seth Rollins, he won the Rumble in 2019, didn't he?
No. Who was it?
Sure, it was him. He won the Rumble in 2019. McIntyre was 2020. Nakamura was 18. That would be the last title defense at Mania I can remember. AJ Styles beat Nakamura when Nakamura won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Of course.
Which was the wrong decision, I thought.
Yeah, it was the wrong decision. Like, the Shinsuke train was on the tracks. It was bone.
No disrespect, obviously, to AJ Styles. He's fantastic. He's phenomenal. Is the gimmick. He's one of the best they've got. But I just like Nakamura better. Wanted him to win. So.
Yeah, and they're not really doing it with him now either, which is upsetting.
No, which is upsetting. Yeah. So that was pretty much Raw, wasn't it? There was some other matches. I skipped them though because Charlotte was in them and Retribution was in the other one, so I have no idea what happened.
Yeah, because it was Was it a tag match? Because like that T-bar started the match, and so that's why I skipped it. And then at the end of the match, it was Mustafa Ali pinned Riddle or something like that. But yeah, skipped. Shovel, please.
The
in the shed.
shovel is back.
It's
The
out.
shovel, the shovel is out the shed. It is back, and Retribution need to go. They got to go.
They're just awful. The masks are horrific.
They don't need to go home, but they can't stay here. And that was Monday Night Raw. It was largely pish, except Bobby Lashley won the WWE title, which was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
And now, who do you think it's going to be for
speculation?
AEW?
Yes,
speculation time.
The biggest heel turn of the Big Show, or should I say, the artist formerly known as Big Show, now known as Paul White. The biggest heel turn he kept for the end. He seasoned Hitler. He seasoned McMahon. I'm getting kind of hungry. It's making me start.
McMahon's Hitler.
He seasoned Hitler. No, he seasoned McMahon and stabbed him in the back and left him at the AEW and teased that some Hall of Fame worthy star was going along with him. No, I think it's Brock Lesnar. That's who I think it is. Because it's been revealed apparently that WWE have been pulling his merch for the last several months and he's not signed a new contract. That's my pick. Outside bet is John Cena.
Oh, no. They'll never get Cena.
Think about it, though. Think about it. He's got a new telly show out for TNT, didn't he? He's no under contract. He's got a new telly show out for TNT. AEW's on TNT, and Cena's not been under WWE contract since WrestleMania.
Ooh, that'd be
it could happen. It could happen. And then obviously everybody else on Twitter thinks it's going to be CM Punk. Nah, I don't see that.
I think it will be Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
I would love that. Comes out in the see-through tights.
The shears.
I would watch that.
That or Hogan.
Oh, Tony Khan doesn't like Hulk Hogan, apparently.
Does he know?
No, there's some sort of disagreement. I read somewhere on Twitter. It could be bullshit, though, because it was on Twitter, and I don't know.
That's true.
Hogan
or it could be Kurt Angle. I haven't really seen him do much.
But he's already a Hall of Famer, so you got to listen to the words that was spoken. Hall of Fame worthy, no current Hall of Famer. Kurt Angle's already in the Hall of Fame.
It's a good point.
Yes, and Tony Khan said it's a man, because Petty maybe started to think it'd be Ronda Rousey. That maybe Tony Khan had got to Ronda Rousey with that sweet like Saudi King money or whatever he has, but he said it's going to be a man, so it can't be Ronda Rousey. So
Christian.
Martin likes a bit of Christian.
He does.
But it's been Tony Khan also said that whoever it is one of his all-time favourite wrestlers, right? And previously Tony Khan has said his wrestling Mount Rushmore was Stone Cold, Ric Flair. No, I can't remember who the other two are. Jesus. The
important two. It's a 50%.
I can't remember the important two. Chris Jericho was the other one, and then I think it was The Rock.
Out with them?
Nah, can't say that. The Rock will buy WWE. And become
he will
president.
just be McMahon.
He will. He'll buy WWE and then become president. You heard it here first.
The XFL
you haven't heard it here
bigger
first,
than the NFL.
Aye. He might buy the XFL too.
He's already...
Oh no, he's already bought the XFL, hasn't he? Aye.
Yeah.
There you go, he bought the XFL, he'll buy WWE and then he'll be president. Because The Rock will live forever.
The Rock will just be a total ruler.
He will. He'll be the God Emperor. He'll become Skeletor. Basically, just
that has to be the best gift.
That is the best gift. Yes. He's also one of my heroes. Skeletor.
You're a Skeletor.
He's one of my heroes.
Him and Hogan.
Hogan is up there.
Vader.
Vader's definitely up there. So is Coconut Pete for the film Club Dread. If you've never seen it, you'll not understand what I'm talking about, but you should see it.
I've not seen that, but So yeah, you were telling me off air that you'd seen a little bit of AEW because previously when you were on the show, you'd never seen it. You refused to watch it.
I'd refused to watch it. This was the first in-ring action I had seen. I had watched a tiny bit of AEW previously, and it was Sting's debut when he came out in all the fake snow because I like Sting. But I'd never watched.
Because he's a White Walker now, apparently.
Because he is. He's that old. He's turned into a White Walker. He's like surgically repaired spine or whatever else. It's only the dark arts that are keeping him in wrestling shape. No, but I digress. So this was the first in-ring action.
Voodoo keeping him upright.
That's what he's got a spine made out of confetti, it would seem. But man should have been in the ring, and they're going to put him in a street fight because. Anyway, all right. So this was the first in-ring action of theirs I'd ever watched, and it was like a 2-minute clip. The tag match they just did. And it was Cody Rhodes and some woman I don't know against Shaquille O'Neal and some woman I don't know. And it was weird. It was really weird. That's no disrespect to these women, by the way. I just never have watched an entire AEW show before and have no fucking clue who any of them are.
Mm-hmm.
Except the people that used to be in WWE. They're the only folk I can. Apparently they had somebody that made folk flip with his dick. I've never seen it.
We looked at wrestling for years, just like McMahon. If it's not WWE, it doesn't exist. I've
told you before, the last full-time company I watched that wasn't WWE was WCW. And that was a long time ago.
Not a business in 01.
I never watched TNA, never watched Ring of Honor, never seen a New Japan show, name it.
Yeah, I've never seen New Japan either.
I would say I'm loyal, but I'm really just lazy.
And to be fair, there's so much.
Well, there's too much wrestling. Scott, there's just too much. And it's mostly shite. Who has the time?
Who the energy?
Who has the time, the inclination? A meteorite could strike off tomorrow. And I don't want my last waking activity to be me having watched AEW. I want my last activity to be me watching Baywatch. That's what I want. For the storylines, obviously. But
the storylines? Well, to be fair, he did tell me about the storylines, and it sounds wild.
They're tremendous. There's terrorists, there's sharks, there's giant octopi, there's
ghosts.
There's ghosts. Love-making ghosts. It all happens, mate. Baywatch, Amazon Prime. But this was the first in-ring action AEW I watched, and it was Shaquille O'Neal, who is just the biggest human being that's ever fucking lived. Let's be honest. He's 9 feet fucking tall. He must weigh 800 pounds. I don't know how big he actually is, but he's huge anyway. And he hit Cody Rhodes by a powerbomb that was actually kind of quite a nice powerbomb for somebody that wasn't a professional wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Rhodes heavy, no sold it, jumped back up, poked him in the eyes and put him through a table. And I thought, nah, this is stupid. Just went about my day.
Apparently it was meant to be like a tribute to Brody Lee.
So I've seen on Twitter, but I don't know how that's a tribute to Brody Lee.
No. Well, I think it might have been some of the movements he did before it, or the gesture or whatever. I don't know.
See, I only know him as Luke Harper.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember him powerbombing that many folk. Maybe he did. I don't really remember.
No, I don't really remember either. But
before we move on, who do you think it will be? Who do you think it will be? The mystery AEW signing.
It'd be fun to go with a joke question or joke answer, but for
you gave that already. Did you not say it was going to be the Repo Man? No, Brutus Beefcake.
Brutus the Beefcake.
Imagine it was the Goon.
I'd love that. That'd be great. Just the Goon.
The Goon comes out, starts beating the shit out of Chris Jericho with a hockey stick. I'd be all about that.
I'm gonna shoot my shot and say Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of
he's been to TNA and New Japan and everything. He's got no real loyalty.
No, and I suppose that would be the sort of lengths he would need to go to abandon his newfound son, Jason Jordan.
We did forget about him for like 30 years.
Is he even in the land of the living? I heard he get like a horribly career-ending injury and nobody ever heard from him again.
You know what? I don't even know. Like, I know he did get injured. I think he hurt his neck.
Oh, like Feather Lickson?
Yeah. If he comes back, he's like with a broken freaking neck.
If Kurt Angle does leave for AEW, if Jordan never comes back, they should just keep that gimmick going. He could be all angry because he's been abandoned by his dad again. That would be great.
Oh, that would be great.
So Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle, in.
And I say Brock Lesnar. So
both good choices. Maybe both of them.
Maybe both. Tony Khan can afford it. It's probably Aleister Black, though, isn't it? I don't know what his contract situation is, but he's just disappeared for telly.
No. He's great. I love Aleister Black, but
I love him too.
Like, where's he been?
I
think they're doing a better job of him being dead from like Money in the Bank, where he fell off the roof.
Oh,
and they're doing a.
Oh, so he did.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
The man's dead. He's still putting up Insta pics, but he's dead.
They were up on Titan Tower, weren't they? And he went fleeing off the fucking roof. I forgot all about that. God damn, that was something.
That was daft. I did love Asuka at the start. Everyone's battering each other, and she just got the lift.
That's what Aleister Black is. He's selling his plummet to use them.
He's still falling.
That's a meme somewhere. Somebody should make that for us. Just Aleister Black falling backwards into the darkness.
Just raging in his trunks, going down. Oh god. But yeah. Smackdown.
Are you ready for the good time?
Smackdown's got considerably worse and worse and worse.
That's bad, isn't it?
It's awful.
It really is bad.
I'm glad I only watched the highlights. If I needed to watch 2 hours of that, I'd have killed myself.
So it's like subjected to Smackdown. As good a reason as any. It wasn't without its highlights though. And this made me audibly laugh to the point where I was actually in tears. And it's that Apollo Crews is now an African warlord. I thought that was hilarious for all the wrong reasons.
Like, why? Like, it feels pretty racist.
It is, actually. Even though he himself is a black man, it feels sort of racist that he's putting on that accent.
Like, he was born in Sacramento, California.
Yeah. I think he has Nigerian heritage, to be fair to him. But the man was born in California and has spoken thus far his entire career with an American accent. And now he has, and I'm not going to do the accent because YouTube will take me down because I'm way too white to be speaking like that. But now he's got one of them really thick sub-Saharan African accents, and he's got two black men flanking him in military gear, and he's got a fucking spear. He's this African king. It's hilarious.
Like, you don't just wake up and then get an accent change.
No.
Like, my heritage is like Chinese, but I don't speak Chinese.
No.
Just because I want to.
Can you actually speak Chinese?
A few words, not much.
Yeah.
I can say, hello, I'm fantastic.
Of course you can, you arrogant prick.
Ni hao, wo han don.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go. And that's it.
Now, if I tried that, I'd be a white supremacist. Supremacist. I won't.
But yeah, like, why has he got a now Nigerian warlord accent?
Because he's a Nigerian warlord.
But he's no.
He got to sound like one.
He's a wrestler.
From California.
From California.
I want to know who his goons were. They look like paramilitary. Terrorists. Is he going to be an African terrorist? I don't know.
It kind of looks that way.
That was my impression of it, that he was a terrorist for Nigeria.
The only thing missing from the goons get-up was machine guns.
They should. You know, if this wasn't like a publicly traded company with a PG-13 rating, they would have been holding.
Yeah, they'd have at least like BB guns.
Aye. And getting heavy vibes at that time, Muhammad Hassan conjured jihadists to attack The Undertaker. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
You get down and start to gain it, all that, like Allah pattern and all these dudes in balaclavas come out and stick up leather on The Undertaker. Oh, God.
They carried him out.
Aye, they carried him away. God knows where. Oh, my man has lost the plot, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Although he's been doing this shit for fucking years with these absurd foreign characters. And Apollo Crews isn't even foreign. He's from California.
He's from California, yeah. What else has there been?
Daniel Bryan won a cage match.
But even just like the foreigners.
Oh,
Was there not a
Rusev
French
being a
person
Russian
as well
sympathizer.
at some point?
Aye, there was La Resistance.
La Resistance.
They were Canadian.
The French Sickle.
Aye, they were cool then.
Yeah.
I liked them.
René Dubry.
For all one of them, Robert Conway suddenly
Robert Conway.
come back as no longer Robert Conway, but he come back as Robert Conway, the con man. And the con man was awesome. I thought he was really cool. He had that sweet jazz music was his theme song. Just look at me. Making it like this. He was cool. Rusev was a Russian sympathizer, even though he's fucking Bulgarian. Roddy Piper was meant to be Scottish, although he's Canadian.
He's from Glasgow.
He's just no. Drew McIntyre is legitimately Scottish. I met him in a pub, that's how you know. I got my photo taken with him outside the Anchor Bar years ago. Good stuff. My man loves an evil foreigner though.
He does. But yeah, what?
Daniel Bryan won a cage match to the surprise of nobody.
No, yeah, against Jey Uso. When was the last time he won a match?
I don't know. He's nothing but Roman Reigns' loud talking stooge. I'm confused about his manner of speech though, right? Because his the last name is meant to be Uso. Why does he call everybody else Us? I don't understand.
It's a Maori word. Uso means brother.
Right. So he's basically calling everybody bro then. Okay. I've all thanks.
You're welcome. Thanks, Lisa, for that.
Information as well as laughs in the show.
Yeah. Every day's a school day, Oos.
There you go.
There you go. What else happened? The Street Profits took on Baron Corbin. Skip. I couldn't have hit the skip button any harder. Even if I tried, I'd have broken my laptop. So yeah, I didn't watch that.
Something else that happened.
What else have I read?
Bailey had a tweets show.
Oh, her talk show. Why does everyone get a talk show?
I don't know. They've never been any good.
No.
Except maybe Piper's Pit.
Piper's Pit was... Remember Mania 21's Piper's Pit?
Him and Stone Cold. Nice to see you, you son of a bitch. Thanks for having me, you bastard.
And then Carlito comes out with his apple.
I like Carlito. He came back at the Rumble looking swole.
Oh, mate. He looks massive.
Samoa Joe had the line of the night. What's in the apples? I
love it.
Something else did happen in SmackDown, but what was it? Let's get messed today because it was rotten.
We've got Dominic Mysterio against Chad Gable. I didn't think that Dominic was still employed.
It shouldn't be.
No.
I never liked Rey Mysterio, never mind his tall son.
Yeah. Maybe Dominic's getting back at the business for having a custody battle in a ladder match. I
maintain the Ringman won.
Oh, Eddie should definitely have
Eddie should have won that and then just stole Dominic Mysterio. Hysterical.
Yeah. Just running out going, it's legal.
I'm your papi.
I'm your papi.
Briefcase full of adoption papers. Oh. Professional wrestling.
Oh, it's the wonderful, wacky world.
Everything for that, like Undertaker, Shawn Michaels match at WrestleMania 25, all the way to the Shockmaster, and everything in between.
Oh God, what else have we got here? We got Carmella sacked that Reggie.
My man Reginald. I like about Reginald. Reginald's cool.
She must be an awful partner. Like everyone she's been with, sacked, broke up. Yeah. Cass cheated on him.
With Corey Graves, they awful.
With Corey Graves.
If you knew Big Cass was hanging out at her, you wouldn't have touched her. He's a big man.
He's like legit 7 foot.
He's a big old boy.
He's a big old boy. There's a picture of him going around Twitter just now because he's appeared at an indie show and he's massive now.
Oh, God.
Like he's like jacked.
He's gonna get Corey Graves.
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh no, that man's got a bad neck.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
pretty much it.
Yeah, I can't really think of what else happened on SmackDown.
A dinner's on its way. He's got a text me. I got time to wrap up.
Just Eat's on its way.
Just Eat. They're punctual. They let you come and they're sending you your big trough of doom. Eat a nice big takeaway and watch Baywatch because that's how we roll.
Because it's the storylines.
It is the storylines, people. I tell you, it's all about the storylines.
Nothing else.
The drama, the characterizations, and the storylines. It's excellent.
Everything else is just a bonus.
Are there other things that you think of the reason that somebody like me would watch Baywatch? They'll know the reason. I know what reasons you think I'm watching Baywatch for. Never mind these horns. They do that from time to time. They'll know the reasons I watch Baywatch. Oh, goddamn. It's good to be back.
Yeah, it's good to have you back. And everyone, that was our return. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. And honestly, we're better than Martin.
Aye, everybody go to the Always Wild MMA page and call Mark my prick.
Just unfollow it.
Just that.
Follow the wrestling one instead.
Hey, jump like Big Show to AEW. Just betray him, join us. And when it's done, send us one of these in the comments.
Yeah, too sweet. Or the gif of Vader bursting the basketball.
Only Vader gifs or photos are always welcome. It's always Vader time as far as I'm concerned.
Great. That's the one to go off on. See you later.
See you. Bye.